Hello viewers, welcome back to On The Court episode 9, and we have a lot to cover. First, we're going to talk about the Draymond Green versus Kevin Durant spat. What do you think? Do you think it's a big deal or no big deal?
I don't think it's a big of a deal because any great team like the Bulls and the Lakers, they all had disputes. So looking at it, I'm like, they need that. They need that to get over the edge because they have a 2-game losing streak. So I think it's a good thing.
Me, at first, I thought it was no big deal because I'm like, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, they always arguing on the court. But then Draymond Green gets suspended for 1 game. So he did not play against the Atlanta game. So then I'm like, okay, this is turning into a big deal because, first of all, everybody's like, okay, this is Draymond Green. He does this. He did it to Steve Kerr. Called him an MFer when they was losing by 20 against OKC. Then they went on to win that game. Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, okay, that's Draymond being Draymond. But then they lost this game. So maybe the Warriors is trying to show Draymond that KD is more important to us than you at this point. And what really rubbed KD the wrong way, not because Draymond Green kept calling him the B word several times during this conversation, but that he told Kevin Durant that he don't think he's committed. He's making this season about him because he's not really telling them what he's going to do for free agency. So he's saying he's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Mm-hmm. And that's what really rubbed KD the wrong way. And even after the Atlanta game, KD was getting frustrated when they was asking him questions about Draymond Green and that whole situation. And they asked him, do you think, have y'all, resolved this? He was like, no, we have not. So now I'm saying this is kind of turning into a bigger deal than what it was. But like you said, teams, they do this all the time. You had the Bulls do it. You have Shaq and Kobe do it. Definitely did it. But the thing is, Shaq and Kobe broke up.
That is true.
So, and what I got from this is, first of all, I was already 85% sure KD is leaving this offseason. He's leaving. Okay. And now I think Draymond Green might actually leave because he's like, oh, so y'all don't even care about me. We did this before him. We was a 75-win team before him. We won a ring before him. Okay. So now I don't even think Draymond Green might come back. But for this year, do you trade Draymond Green? Because if things start, because first of all, word around the league is KD don't forgive. KD hold grudges.
That's correct.
So if this is going on and he holds a grudge, do you trade Draymond Green?
Yeah, because overall picture is he's the franchise in a way.
No, he's not. Steph Curry is.
Let me speak. Steph Curry is the franchise, but overall, if you look at the last 2 titles, KD had a big imprint on that game. All the games they won. He really has. He's the reason why they even won the championship last year, let's be honest. Okay, so he's the main guy they want to keep. Draymond, on the other hand, he is valuable to the team, but he's suspendable. They could lose him if they wanted to. Yeah,
and Draymond Green is like, well, I'm the glue guy. Like, I've done this before, KD. How they play Draymond Green is a point forward. So I can see why he kept the ball. And really, before he lost the ball, Klay Thompson was streaking down the right side for a 3. But, like, before all that, it is Steph Curry's team. KD, to me, he's going to leave the end of this year anyway. 85% chance.
The question is, though, we're talking about getting rid of Draymond, but if KD leaves anyway,
that's what I'm saying. He's gonna leave.
There's nobody left. It's just you already traded Draymond, and then you don't have KD. So what do you have?
But that is what I'm trying to tell you. So KD is already 85% sure he's going to leave. Then since y'all did Draymond Green like this, I don't think Draymond will come back. That's just my personal opinion. So I don't know about that one. This is good for the league.
It is good for the league.
Especially because the Warriors, we want something to happen against the Warriors.
Something to change. I think even Thompson might even think about it pretty soon.
Yeah, but then Thompson, to me, 85% more, he gonna stay. Just because he's a basic guy. Not basic, but I just see him staying.
He's a fundamental player.
All right, moving on. Do you think Jimmy Butler is going to trust the process, or he's going to go crying again? Jimmy Butler, you was with the Bulls. You didn't like that they traded you to Minnesota. You ain't like that they traded you to the Philly. So, is Jimmy Butler going to trust the process?
I think he actually might. I really do think he might. Because the thing about the Bulls and Minnesota, all the players from the Bulls went to Minnesota, even the coach. So, with that being said, there's a new coach, new players. I think that it'll be a lot more better for him.
I want this to work. And I see this can possibly work. You have Joel Embiid. You have basically 3 of the top 10 players in the Eastern Conference, right? On one team.
That's right.
So I can see this working if Jimmy Butler wanted to work. But then I can also see a lot of red flags. Red flag number 1. They lost all their shooters. Now, they already lost shooters in the offseason, but now they lost their last 2 shooters standing. You have Robert Covington, who is a great 3-point shooter. Then you have Doris Sarge, who's a decent 3-point shooter, but he can really, drive it and do it like that. But they lost a lot of shooting. And then on top of that, Jimmy Butler wants to be the man. Now, the man in Philly is Joel Embiid.
That's what I'm trying to see.
And Ben Simmons is number 2. So you're going to be the third option.
Yes.
Let's just be clear. The ball is in Ben Simmons' hand. So you're going to be the third option. Can Jimmy Butler be a great third option? Option 2 on a good night, but a third option in Philly.
Well, I think that he can actually. Like, if he did like LeBron did and Wade and all them, if he could do that, the big 3, I think they can do it. But it's going to be all up to him. It's going to be all up to him in the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying. I want Jimmy Butler to be able to do that. But that's the thing. I mean, I don't know if he can. Because he wants to be the man. That's the whole thing. So, I don't know if he can do that because Joel Embiid is the man in Philadelphia. And then Ben Simmons is the co-captain.
Well.
So, we'll see. And then, with this trade, what happens to Markelle Fultz?
Ooh, that is very, very true. That is very true.
Because Markelle Fultz is still trying to figure out how to play in the NBA. And how Jimmy Butler is, he's not going to baby you. He's not going to try to help you. He wants you to already have that mentality to go. And then Markelle Fultz, really, I feel like it's a mental thing. Because, come on, man. I mean, in college, you can shoot. You was a decent shooter.
Yeah.
You come to the NBA, now you can't even shoot nothing. You passing up on shots. Did you see that free throw shot? Where he double clutched it. First of all, everybody in the lane, everybody already stepped into the lane on the free throw. No, everybody thought he shot the ball. And then he double clutched and shot it and still missed. But I don't know what that was and where it is. Him and his shooting coach are not in good terms. They're not talking. Mm-hmm. But he needs to find somebody.
Like I said, it's, like you said, it's a mental thing. It's mental.
Oh my God. So I just, do you think he's a bust or no bust?
I don't think he's a bust. I wouldn't say that just yet. It's too early just to say that just yet. I mean, if you're a shooter, your shooting will come back eventually. I know that. You can shoot it back in the game. Always. He can always do it.
See, but he was never really like a shooter.
Yeah. He
was kind of like a go-getter. But my thing is, I wouldn't say he's a bust right now because it is his second year. The first year he didn't even play the whole, pretty much 3/4 of the season. So I would say he's not a bust yet, but I think he needs to develop some type of shot. It don't have to be a 3-point shot, just in the 15-foot range, like some type of shot you have to develop. Because how you got Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, then Markelle Fultz, none of them can really shoot from the outside like that. Let's be real. Ben Simmons can't shoot. And then I don't know if Jimmy Butler's going to be like, okay, Come on, you knew you couldn't shoot last year. Can you shoot now? Ben Simmons can't shoot. Markelle Fultz can't shoot. Jimmy Butler is okay and decent from the 3-point line. Joel Embiid, he can shoot threes a little bit, but I prefer him in the paint. What I would do is I would bring J.J. Redick out of that second unit just because y'all already don't have any shooters. And to help them out, J.J. Redick needs to be able to shoot behind the arc. Because their team is how it's built, they need shooters. So
I think Jimmy Butler, it might be a good thing. Jimmy Butler might push Markelle Fultz to actually do pretty good. He might just do that.
But then again, he's mentally not up there yet.
Well,
so if you sit here and push him, that is not going to do it. Because he's mentally not prepared. So when you're mentally not prepared for something and somebody keeps, like a coach, if he keeps riding you and pushing you, you're going to break. Because you're not mentally ready for this. And that's why I say it's all mental. Okay, so moving forward, sources are coming out that Carmelo Anthony and the Houston Rockets is about to come to an end. What do you think this means for Carmelo, and where do you think his next destination should be?
What I think there for Carmelo, first of all, just saying it out there right now, putting it out there. First of all, Houston Rockets need to stop blaming Carmelo for all their problems. That is not his fault. He puts up a good average around 14 points a game, so that is not his fault. Also, I think Carmelo is winding down, man. It's about that time. He's gonna be the end of his career pretty soon. I already think that I enjoyed him over the years, but it's about that time for him. Where I see him going though, destination-wise, he might join the Wade in Miami. He might join him for his last year, just real quick. They trade him, maybe.
I don't think the Rockets are blaming Carmelo Anthony for their problems. I do think Carmelo Anthony does hinder the Rockets because how they play is like the Golden State Warriors. Carmelo Anthony does not play like that. The game have changed so much. Carmelo plays with his back against the basket. That's not how the Houston Rockets play. The Houston Rockets play run and gun, hit threes all day, lob to Capella. That's how the Rockets play. So Carmelo Anthony is pretty much their Achilles heel. Just like I don't think OKC blamed Carmelo Anthony. It just wasn't working. You know what I mean? It just did not work for how their style of play. Now, word is coming out that Philadelphia is trying to give Carmelo Anthony a call. Do you think that would be a good fit?
Not really. I'll be honest, not really. Not really. It's too many egos on that team. Too many egos.
But see, you never. Carmelo Anthony, I don't think his ego is big as Jimmy Butler. Let me start there. But Philly, they was talking about using Carmelo Anthony as a shooter. That is not Carmelo Anthony's game. So going to Philly, and Philly already lack people from shooting from the outside. I don't think Carmelo Anthony will actually fit that type of system. I just don't. But I don't know. Maybe. I don't want to. Maybe Utah. I don't know. Maybe I really don't know. But if anything, I kind of probably would pick Utah because Utah. You think about it, Utah, don't have a lot of shooters. They don't. They have shooters, but they don't. They have people that can go get their stuff too.
Yeah.
They don't really have an ISO type of player. So I don't know.
It's kind of hard because the game is transcended.
Exactly. It changed so much. So I really don't know.
You got that old man mentality.
Yeah. So signing off on the court, episode 9.